TGIF, March 6th, 2020. Special broadcast. Going to show right here WebTalk. Now this is Teacher Tim's WebTalk profile. And this is extremely important to understand about WebTalk. It's a networking platform. Personal, professional, both sides. So as the world begins to understand this new platform, what's being created right now actually is very simple. True project-based is about deeply listening. Deeply listening to what? One human being sharing their idea, something that they want to create in the world, based on their 5 facts. So you have the F and the I, the idea, and the F, part of the feeler. Now what happens after the student, the individual, shares the idea connected to their facts or global facts, up to them sharing, they have learning issues. What do they want to develop? How are they going to get there to that vision? They're going to mind map, share more. Action plan already started. When the true project-based teacher is there, they share. That's the action. That's the first step in true project-based. True means Teacher Tim is listening first to the human being. It's that simple. This WebTalk profile right here, Teacher Tim, the true project-based teacher at Innovative English Global. Innovative English Global is a true nonprofit organization. Who's we? Passionate pioneers, active web talkers, are joining WebTalk together and creating a trusted social platform. Now, what's going to happen in the future with the CEO's vision, creating a trusted social platform through technology? We are doing it right now, listening to each other, creating from the visions, connecting. And that's as simple as it is. Enjoy today's broadcast, TGIF, to give in full the 21st century. Let's bring them in now. We're bringing in the individuals that were waiting. Teacher Tim had an introduction of about 2 minutes before as individuals were waiting. And in about a minute, Teacher Tim will share the idea and then have a little bit of a discussion with some of the individuals if they like to talk about what Teacher Tim just shared. And then Teacher Andy is coming. And we're going to be sharing about what is being created behind the scenes with teachers. Because again, humanity is going to learn about the gig economy. And the gig economy is where we are right now. And true project-based is leading the way. This is not project-based, as many people think. This is true project-based. And project-based was an idea of another level to excite the classrooms, to try to get students interested in working with their hands, in working in real life experiences, projects coming from a curriculum based on subjects. Wonderful. Teacher Tim is a part of project-based back in middle school. the volcano project, the eruption, building through flour and water, paper mache, and doing the different, things that would make it bubble. That's project based. Did it come from Teacher Tim, the idea? No, it came from somebody else. That's project based. They have an agenda. True project based is simply, what is your idea? And so in the next couple minutes, Teacher Tim is going to talk about true project based and a list, already the list of names of active web talkers. And here's the idea. Teacher Tim is going to invite these 7 to 10 active web talkers. Teacher Tim's going to create a certain time that's the best for them. And then it's going to be a 3-part course, a private course inside Zoom, calling these classes WebTalk Interactive Classes. Going to be private. With these on the list, and they're in Asia, we're going to create another private class of 3 courses for another part of the world. And then another part of the world, making it easy for them to join at a good time for them. Forget about the good time for Teacher Tim. Teacher Tim works in a 24-hour period. So the first will be Asia. And the idea is they are learners of English. And there will be 1 or 2 in that private group that are medium to high level learners of English. They will be the facilitators as well as Teacher Tim. They will also be sharing their dream fila. So the idea is to get 7 to 10 in a private WebTalk interactive class, three classes. They will share their idea. They will understand what their gig is. They will share their facts. And then, as each student shares, they'll have their turns. Then they're going to be sharing what their learning issues are. What do they want to develop? They're going to be researching. And again, you're going to understand true project-based. It is about 5 skills. Humanity knows of 4. Listening, speaking, reading, writing. There's a 5th. The ability to be able to speak with confidence in front of yourself with a true project-based teacher that expands out even further to the world. It's a 5th skill. It's needed. It's low right now. Humanity's rising. Learning issues are the key in true project-based. They will be put on an adventure outside of the course, and they will be researching based on their idea. Let's say there is an idea of someone wanting to be an online company selling products. They will research 5 companies or 2 individuals that created companies and 3 companies. They will go research. They will take their notes and they will come back in the next class, and what will they do? From that reading, from the grammar and tenses of reading, if they choose English, well, then they're developing their reading and writing skill. They're going after their passion, so they're developing their grammar, their tenses naturally. They come back and do what to the true project-based teacher? They share, they speak it. This will be part of the course. The learning issues. That's the L of the dream fila. The A already started, the action, the plan of the action. They spoke. They shared their idea, their facts. That was the first step. the next steps of the action plan will be developed in their notebook, their journal. They will write their week 1, week 2, week 3. And these human beings are going to learn that their action plan will actually change as they develop themselves with their learning issues. Meaning what? Real life opportunities to understand that when you set an action plan, it's always changing. This is going to be a power course of 3 days, certain days set up. And the names already set are, some of them are new web talkers. Some of them have been for a little while. We're going to have from Vietnam, we're going to have Jackie. We're going to have from Bangladesh, Parvej. We're going to have the engineer, HOA Tron, very active web talker, inviting many people to web talk. We're going to have Lily. We're going to have someone by the name of Maphong. She's very active in web talk. She's new. She's sharing a lot. She's commenting with her favorite web talkers, especially teachers. And she's sharing with comments now, trying. She's getting better. Kerry, a new web talker, 2 days, already wrote a recommendation for Teacher Tim that I'm going to share with you in a second. She's going to be part of the course. She's commenting everywhere. Specific to who she should be commenting to, only 2 days in. Teacher Tim wants to hear her dream feeler. And also, someone by the name of KIEU, sharing, commenting in Web Talk about a week in or 2 weeks in. And there will be a couple more from Asia involved in this list. Now, this is only the first. Teacher Tim now is setting the stage for the private Web Talk interactive classes so the teachers of the world understand that this is not about having 30 in a class, 50 in a class, 100 in a class, because that's what it's going to come to. Let those classes be fun. And let the teachers of Web Talk set up their private glory to allow the active web talkers to create something together. And in this course of 3 days, Teacher Tim will be showing parts of Web Talk so they understand if they're going to take from a teacher, they're going to give to the teachers, and it won't be Teacher Tim that they're given to. These individuals already are this list. I don't want them to. I want them to connect to the Super Martins of the world. I want them to connect to the Scott Gerards of the world. I want them to connect to the Teacher Terrys of the world. I want them to connect with the individuals that are connected to their dream feeler. Prepare yourself, active web talkers listening right now. You haven't seen anything yet. So with that said, I'm going to stop. I'm going to read the latest from Kerry, Innovative English of Vietnam. She wrote yesterday. And this is from a very powerful Web Talk Interactive Part 1 and Part 2 from yesterday. She was listening. I didn't know she was listening. I didn't know who she was. Mr. Tim's words are so strong and fierce that it makes me realize what I need to change. Although I could not fully understand what he was saying, my English improved. I am crazy about Mr. Tim. Teacher Andy, that was the introduction of what's going to happen. Now it's our turn. But before me and you talk, because a lot of people are understanding that we talk a lot together privately, having fun, laughing, kind of like children, you know, going out to the ballpark, you know, going to play a pickup game. We know we're going to destroy the other team. It's just we're going to have fun along the way, choosing our team. Understand that we developed the team together for years and years before we go play a team we don't even know. Is if anybody wants to share about what this private course is going to be by your listening skill, you have a chance right now. I named some names on a list. There is Africa as well. There's the Middle East. There's Latin America. There's Europe. There'll be others. But this is specific to Asia. You can share now. Pop on the mic if you have any questions. Then we're going to get to Teacher Andy for the teacher idea.
Okay. Hello, teacher.
Hello there.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. LOC. Yes. Very good.
Okay. I think when we should improve your listening skill, we should get a right pronunciation, yes, of native English language. Yeah. When we always right in pronunciation, we will listening better step by step. I think so.
So how?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. How would you develop your pronunciation by listening? How would you do it?
I think we should practice pronunciation work and speak louder work when we practice pronunciation, and also always listening some video clip of native English. Is that true?
Very good. I'm going to mute your mic because you got a lot of funny guys in the background. That's good.
Okay.
Let me mute your mic. And so, absolutely true. He just shared. He listens to things, and then he practices either by himself, or he just shared with a native English speaker. He was speaking. Well, how did he learn how to say pronunciation? He practiced that word many times somewhere. It was beautiful. So there was one word. How about the word louder? Did he go, lady, louder? He went louder. And again, the pronunciation is all up to you. In a dream feeler, as you develop yourself with learning issues, as your learning and development goes, you're going to say to yourself, wait a minute, oh, I'm having so much fun learning something. I want the British accent now. Oh no, I want the Aussie accent now. Oh no. I really want to keep my accent, Teacher Tim. True project-based is the opposite of a program. It's allowing you to go be you always and the development of you. Not the program that your country told you need to sound like a native English speaker. That's a program. And the parents put the program in the children, and the school put the program in the children, and they didn't know how to actually put the program in correctly. They were just quack, and we'll throw money at it. So thank you. Very nice sharing right there. Anybody else before we go to Teacher Andy? Because we have something special to share. Kenny popped on the mic for a second there. Hand up, Kenny. Okay. Quick draw. Hand up, man.
Yeah. I just think about what Mr. Locke said, and I think that although we try as hard as we could never get rid of our native accent. So I think accent is not a thing that matters as long as native speaker can understand you. Because if you are Vietnamese, you can never get rid of the Vietnamese accent. If you are Thai, you can never get rid of the Thai accent. So I think vocabulary and the pronunciation of the word itself, it's the thing that matters in English learning, not accent. Accent is just a predefined thing that parents and teachers nowadays are obsessed with. I think so.
Very nice, Kenny. Thank you. And I want to share with you that if you put that comment in a room of high level, passionate learners of English, that their core is out here, when you say never, they'll be like, because let me tell you that there have been people that Teacher Tim listened in China and in other parts of the world. I can't tell where they're from. They have done it. So the word never to certain human beings, they'll listen to Kenny. It's actually incorrect. It's incorrect to ever say never to a human being based on their vision and their passion. It is only up to that individual to say, like I said, when you expand it and you say, you know what, I'm learning. This is actually very fun. And I like English now. Oh, wow, there's many accents. I can choose one if I like. Oh, I really like Teacher John's accent. I really want to sound like that. And then you go for it. And you go for it. And you go for it. Oh, and there's Kun Ta flushing the toilet right now. The grandfather. So, Kenny, thank you. True project-based goes against the word never. That's how insane Teacher Tim is. Because I've listened to human beings from a country and others could not believe it. And when they heard those comments in voice messages from other teachers that said the same thing, they were very strong. They would get even angry. It was beautiful to see how humanity sticks to their guns of who they want to be and develop by practice and practice and more practice and practice. That's the beauty of Teacher John's classes. Now you got Teacher Arsh and Teacher Alexandra, separate classes for all of you to join. Be aware in WebTalk. Look at these teachers now, Teacher Arsh, Teacher Alexandra, connect with them and thank them, comment, and then join in. Develop that British accent with those two that want to develop it too. They want to listen. So thank you, Kenny. Teacher Andy, let's begin.
All right.
All right. You shared a vision the other day that made me smile because it was about your wife and the teaching online. What's the idea of her and you to do this?
Well, as this grows and we've started connecting with businesses, Tim has started connecting with some people who are recruiting teachers to teach online from a company. So we have teachers in WebTalk who are doing teaching based on their own time that they want to spend doing this and building WebTalk. But now we have another side of it where businesses want their maybe employees to learn English, or certain people want to learn English and they're looking for teachers to pay to teach online. So when we figure that out and we start learning, a little bit more and what that's all about. Especially my wife and I, this just fits into the next level of us wanting to teach, but we don't really want to teach in a room. We want to be able to go and travel and be places. So it's going to be very interesting to see, what these companies can offer, not only to my wife and I, but other teachers that are joining into WebTalk, because right now WebTalk doesn't pay a lot of money. And so maybe someone says, hey, I want to start teaching online, but get a salary, or even just a per hour, whatever that is. We're going to figure that out and kind of see if that is something that we can kind of integrate to the teachers that are joining and the teachers that are around the world, that one, that kind of want to do this part, which is to help others and to help people that don't really want to pay, because we've said you don't have to pay, but maybe those teachers need something extra to help offset costs or whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of what this recruiter, a couple recruiters, are going to talk to us about, because with all the teachers that are joining, I mean, I know Teacher Toto has talked to some English teachers from different parts of the world, and then we have many teachers that are involved. And so it'll be interesting to see if maybe at this time, maybe some of the teachers that are involved in WebTalk also want to be involved in some online teaching. So that's going to be a nice new kind of new branch, I guess, of what WebTalk is going to be, which is really cool, because this is what WebTalk this is what WebTalk was talking about in the beginning, was, what if we could, use WebTalk as a place for people to hire and get employees and stuff. Well, we're ahead of that game. That hasn't even been added into WebTalk, and we're already starting to talk about that. We're starting to talk about, businesses wanting to join. So what's cool is we're kind of ahead of what RJ is trying to do, which is pretty interesting as far as this group is and how it's growing, and it is just growing so fast. Like I told you, Tim, I think it was on the 29th of February, I took a screenshot, and it was the 4th of March that I took my next one. So that was like 5-ish days. And the next 100 were in. So that's pretty impressive. You're muted.
It's actually Kunyai cleaning the bathroom right now, so she's making a lot of noises. So Kunyai is Thai for grandmother. So even though it's Teacher Patty's mom, I like to say Kunyai, because when my daughter was here in Thailand, she would say Kunyai to her. So I said, oh, Kunyai, Kunta. So I'm, I get grandparents again, man. So the idea, about your wife wanting to find out more information about online, it was time, as she heard more and more of these voice messages, us talking a recruiter, China, and looking to, find they need. And so, and then you sharing that, actually you kind of want to guide the teachers that we have now and develop them. You feel you're at that stage, and in the future you want to guide, and I share with you, as you already know, you're already doing that. You're guiding the Teacher Totos, you're guiding the Teacher Terrys, and the individuals. So what we want to connect that to is, we're going to create our own company based on this individual. And he's going to be explaining, especially this one, Teacher Trevor. There's another one, teacher Erica, who also has
Mhm.
known me a couple years from online in China. She's at a larger company now. She left the one that we were at for a couple years. But this teacher, Trevor, he's just a high-level recruiter. So we want to be able to create a company based on the WebTalk teachers. And again, like you shared the facts right now, the teachers are not making anything from WebTalk. And we're saying to the students of the world, learn for free. Because we're in a development of showing the world that it can be done. And what you're doing to learn for free is all of you are beginning to learn to go into WebTalk and just be active and commenting and emojis. And that's going to develop very quickly in WebTalk. The teachers that started giving you already, they're already seeing something inside WebTalk that they never saw in Facebook or Instagram. So that's a bonus already. It's happening. What we want to do, though, is we want to develop a company to help the teachers that are growing with WebTalk and with all of you, because they're becoming very comfortable online. It's not easy for teachers to be here in this type of environment, everyone. It's new to a lot of teachers. So if we have these types of environments for teachers that are growing up with WebTalk, well, we have an opportunity to get them jobs with companies. And we're not talking just China. And we're not talking just native English speakers either. If you're good, you're good. That's it. And so, Teacher Andy, that's where I wanted to share that, because now all of a sudden you have companies that need teachers and you're guiding them, with all this. All of a sudden, those companies want to give you something. They want to say, thank you, Teacher Andy. Thank you for your time. And they give you for recruiting.
Hmm.
You see? And
Yeah.
that we're going to create our own based on Teacher Trevor, because he already signed up for WebTalk. He doesn't understand it because he asked in China, hey, does anybody know? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's a startup. It's not anything really. Oh, okay. He doesn't want to be in a startup. He wants to recruit teachers in something that's big, and he shared already where he is. He just doesn't understand that what this is. Every teacher that he talks to, he's going to get him in WebTalk. As a little bonus, as a little gift for joining this company and working online, here's a little gift called WebTalk. You're going to sign up, and you're going to have students engage with you on a side note, and here's your company. They're going to pay you. We're going to talk to them this way. And then we're going to create a WebTalk account under Teacher Grant. Because Teacher Grant, everyone, you're unaware, is bringing in global teachers to WebTalk. And he's overwhelmed right now with this. He doesn't know how to get them to be informed, to share with them what he's seeing with all of us. He doesn't know how, because he's still learning, like all of you, about WebTalk. These are the learning issues for Teacher Grant. So actually, we're going to have a lot of fun, Teacher Andy, because we have unlimited teachers now that he's bringing in. All we got to do is make some type of tag with these teachers in WebTalk, and then they come in. We begin to develop them. Say, we got companies for you.
Yep.
We got a recruiter. This recruiter is going to give you, Teacher Andy, side income for development. You can have others that work with you, and you create that beautiful company. Like you said, you feel like you're in the development stage. I'm sorry, is that the correct words? The developing stage, right, of teachers in the world to understand the best school ever made is right here. Hello there. There's the supermom bringing the sun. See? So Oh, that was another one. Tam, it looks like the same Supermom, the teacher. Maybe she has a different account. That was the one I think spoke. Oh, we'll get your names. So developing teachers is what you'll be doing, and then we will learn from the recruiter who needs them. We develop them. He says thank you. He gets the good teachers. They're happy. We're happy. Because again, everyone, Teacher Tim, I want to stand totally with Teacher Andy in the idea of WebTalk that will take care of him and his family and all that he's given to all of you. WebTalk is doing that right now. It's multiplying every day because of all of your beautiful true effort and the teachers and you giving back. It's working. Again, though, we want to support Teacher Andy with something bigger. He wants to say goodbye to the four walls of a classroom and begin a journey to take this to the next levels for all of us. And we need them outside of the four walls. And how do we get them outside of the four walls? We got to release something called a salary, and I got to figure out how to get that salary to them. And it's very simple, actually.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think, and you know, if you look at the time frame and what WebTalk is going to do, it's not going to be that long. It's not. It's not going to be that long. And you know, I think, and this is what I was talking to some of the people that have, the teachers and stuff that have been on a little bit longer. And this is for all the people that are on here that are new, that are just getting involved, trying to figure out what to do. Basically, the idea here is that all of you are wanting to do one thing right now, and that's to learn English. As you start listening and as you start getting involved, I think that you're going to start thinking a little bit bigger, and you're going to start thinking about maybe some businesses that you know, people that you know that might have big followings, people that might not have any followings. Anybody that wants to kind of use social media for them to be more successful, you'll start hearing some things about this. And you know, the goal is to make it so that people understand what this is truly about. You know, yes, English is the number one thing for most people is that are joining, and the people that are on here right now, especially in Vietnam. This is the number one goal, is to learn English. But the next goal for most of you is, how do I support someone who is doing work for me for free? Because no one's asking for money. No one's saying that you need to pay money. And that's what's so great about this. And so what we need to do is, the first kind of step is for you to be able to understand what supporting a teacher really means. It doesn't mean you have to go to the bank, take out money that you've been working on for, you know, months and hand it to someone. That's not what that is. Supporting a teacher doesn't mean that anymore. Supporting a teacher means going and using social media to interact with them. And WebTalk does the rest. And I can tell you guys that in 1 month, we have already seen how powerful this group is. And it's only 5 days into this month. Now, I can't even imagine what 2 years, 3 years into this is going to be. It's going to be phenomenal, because as you guys are joining, well, guess what? You're going to be talking to people that would like to learn English as well. You're going to be talking to people, and they're going to add people, and you're going to start getting people. Okay, we have a minute, so when this cuts out, go ahead and log back on to Teacher Tim's ID for Zoom, because we will be back on. So that's what's so great about this, is most of you are just joining. Teacher Toto has told you, hey, get in, you can learn English for free. I'm going to teach you how to support teachers. She might have even given you a link to a teacher instead of her. And that just shows that she knows how this is working and how she wants it to work for all of you as well. So you have to listen to her. You have to listen to what she's telling you, and you have to start following what she's telling you, because she's listening to us. And that's important, is, you know, we're not here just to say, hey, you know, welcome to WebTalk, and that's it. No, we're trying to be able to teach all of you how to support the teachers so that they continue